What up, YouTube? Darth Dub here, about to show you my Redstone store. In this video, I plan to show you the functions in my Redstone store, talk about the functionalities that you can put into your own Redstone store, talk about some of the things that entails, and we're going to go over some of the basic concepts used in this Redstone store. So while we're at it, while we're here, let's show you. Push that button that selects this item, a bow. You got that one selected, you can't select any other. As you can see, I did that with a complex array of logic gates. You can unselect it and then come over and select any of the others. And as your selected button locks all other buttons, it then comes through and unlocks your chosen product filter. Shows the price underneath, 4. Okay, so let's go for a bow. You got a bow, you got 2. Okay, and in real time. So this is lit, just put 2 in there. Bow, so what that did was that one locked the chest closed. That one showed me that I have an item in there. There's my bow. Take the bow out. Both the lights go out. Anything you drop in that chest will go through. If you wish to lock the chest, go ahead and do that number there. And the next functionality we have is if you're the owner of the store and you want to cash it out, you just throw your key in there. I threw an arbitrary number of diamonds in the payment chest, and I'm about to get those back. This takes about 24 seconds. 24.62 is what I timed it at. None of the transactions in this store take 30 seconds or more, so it's a little bit faster than it seems. And there we go, we're getting payment. $7 diamonds and our store owner's key back. If you're going to make a Redstone store of your own, first thing you want to think about is, where do I pay? I always use a chest. That's just the easiest way to go. You can throw hoppers in the ground to where you just chuck the items for payment, but that's just a little unclean to me. So I use a chest. You always run a hopper from the chest out, and then my usual step is thinking about where you're going to pick up your product at. Now, I see a lot of people have it come up out of the floor. Not difficult, just I don't like entities out. It just, to me, you can lose things. A lot of people use a separate chest, specifically just for the drop or the product. I like to use the same chest for that. You run some different redstone. The next thing I think of is what currency I want to use, and the reason I do this right here is because if you want to use the same currency for all of them, you have to have some kind of a selection method to select which one you're purchasing when you throw your money in. Otherwise, it's going to go for the first one on the hopper line. So if you want to have different types of currency, you don't need any of this. You could have, like, the bow cost, I don't know, say gold nuggets. You can have the sword cost gold bars. You can have these cost different things too. And it's easier to do it that way, but it's more legit if you make it all the same currency, seems to me. All this right here on the side, from this wall to the left, all that is just to select. The rest of it over here is your transaction. All this is just to select. So using the same currency for every transaction is a bit of a task, but it's totally doable. Next thing you want to think about is how many items you want each thing to cost. One item for one product is the easiest way to go. You just have a sorter. You have it set up like a normal sorter would be set up. Say you wanted to cost gold bars. So let's go ahead and get some gold bars out. In a sorter, you would put 1 in each of these and 18 right here. and then go ahead and throw one more in, and you see that with 22 in here, the next one that comes in goes down through. And the reason for that is you throw one in here and the comparator is going to give one signal. It takes 23 in there to give it another signal. So we put 22 in, that way the next one gives it another line of signal. That other line of signal turns this off just long enough to drop one through and turn off the signal. So that's how a sorter works. You got it set up just like that. One that goes through here and triggers that, because that is what I consider the trigger, because it triggers the action, the magic. Once that goes through there, boop, it just, for the one that goes through there, it sends one through here, provided you've got your products in there. Makes it really, really simple. Now, if you want it to cost more than that, say you want it to cost, I don't know, say whatever product it is costs 5 gold bars. Okay, you're going to want to take 4 out. What that does is that now that you have 4 out of there, we'll go ahead and come over here and you put 5 in here. What happens is all 5 of them go in here. You saw that click. 4 of them filled that, and then the 5th one trickled through. That 5th one hit the trigger and did your thing. Had I had items in here, it would be right here. Now the only issue with this is that after you buy one, as you'll notice, it's set up to cost 1. So how do I get it to cost 5 the next time? Well, I need a circuit to reset that, which I have right over here. I hook it in, the green is the input, so basically what you do is you want this to drop its item into the hopper below, and that turns this off, and these items then trickle down into here. Now, as this has something in it, this is locked, so they stay in here until they're all in here. Once they're all in here, this unlocks and they start going through there. And all that does is takes all the items that you want, lines them up in here to where when they go down through, they send a constant signal. A constant signal is just long enough, if you run this through over to this guy here, this will run just as long and drop just as many out of here as drop out of here. And that is how that works. Now, that works up to 17. Because there are 18 in there, now that you took 17 out, you throw 17 in the top and they'll come through and they'll catch. Okay, so I was wrong. Your price can be 18. You take those 17 out, then the 18th one goes through. So this will do up to 18, because you take more than one out, or you take more than 17 out. 18, now that hopper will take anything you put in there. Anything will take that first spot. So that's in there, but look at that. My dropper took that first spot. So what you got to do here is you got to make this redstone dust line one longer. So I'll go ahead and extend this out and put one down. Okay, let's break that. How are we going to do this? Yeah, we'll go into a comparator, into a block, and the torch doesn't have to be under it, it can be to the side of it. There we go. So now put my repeater in my dusts. Dust, pow. 1, 2, 3. Now it needs 3 lines of power to run it. So what I'm going to do is I take my price, my monies, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm just going to throw the rest in there. Then you'll watch it trickle down through, and it'll stop when it's got the most in there that it can have. Out, start it up again. So what that means is that now you can sell an item with this for 41 instead of just up to 18. and its cake. The next thing you're going to want to think about is how many items you want to sell per transaction. Like 1 gold bar for, I don't know, say an iron sword, not a bad price for the product. But if you're going to come in with gold bar and you want to buy food with it, I mean, you know, 1 pie for 1 gold bar, that you're getting ripped off. So if you want, you know, to buy food with the gold bar, say 16, maybe 32 food to put in there. A lot of people use little clocks and set up with pulse extenders and just fiddle with that to end up getting it. That's a little monotonous to me. If you just throw this in there, you can that box is empty. Push this button, say you're selling 8 of them. Boom, there are now 8 of them. Easy as that. So you would just hook this up right there if that's going to be what's dropping your food. Just that easy. Alright, we've discussed all the concepts that I believe are important for someone who is good at Redstone to know what they need to know to build a store. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. Share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel if you would. I'm going to hopefully start doing videos like this a little more often. Next time I'm going to do a step-by-step build of this. I'm going to try to be as quick as I can. Yeah, stay tuned. Peace.